Hey, what is up everybody, and welcome back. So, today I'm finally on RP1. Sorry this took so long, but yeah, we're finally here, and we're just gonna get straight into it. So, yeah, for this playthrough, I'm gonna be playing on all default settings. If you want to see here, my difficulty options are all on normal, and I am doing just a plain install of RP1, no extra mods, and I plan to keep it that way, so no parallax or anything like that. I've actually played RP1 up to I think it's 5,000 kilometer downrange contract, and I haven't played past that, so I do know the basics, but this is kind of going to be a learning experience. Also, you're probably wondering where we're at. Pretty much smack dab in the middle of China. Anyways, so starting out, we can go to our administration building and accept a few contracts. So I'm going to start with the early rocket development. So you can accept 2 programs at once, and your programs are essentially, they're what gives you your contract, and you can set what speed you want to do it. We're gonna do fast for early rocket development. Really, the only goal for this series I have is to land on the moon and come back, obviously manned. But we'll see what happens. And then we're gonna do X-planes. I'm not really big on X-planes or just any type of space planes in Kerbal Space Program, to be honest with you, but if you're trying to min-max this, then you kind of need to do 2 at once, so I'm gonna accept this as well. Yeah, I kind of have a delusional goal with this series that I'm kind of hoping I can make it to the moon before NASA, but that would be very difficult. I doubt that will happen, but I think it's actually worth it just to start on some research right away. So all of your research isn't like instantly unlocked like the base game. It actually takes time to research stuff. I'm actually going to do supersonic planes, building a lot of planes on camera. I'll probably do most of that off camera. I'm more focused on the rockets, but yeah, you actually have to manage your staff, and you can hire engineers, researchers. You obviously have to pay them a salary. This is going to sound very excessive, which it is, but I'm going to start out with 40 researchers. It's a lot, right? But see, we're still making a profit. We can accept some contracts. We can do, obviously, the first launch, and reaching the Kármán line. We can probably knock that out in one go. But if you're wondering why this took so long, I'm going to go ahead and name our rocket. I'm going to call it the Horizon, because our first really big main goal is orbiting and going over the horizon, right? If you're wondering why this took so long, it's because I made like 3 videos and I was not happy with the commentary. I'm just gonna upload this whether the commentary is good or not, because I just need to get something out. So this is your avionics. So what is avionics? I like to think of it as like a housing for your electrical charge. You can put science experiments, and it's also what gives your craft control. So our first rocket is to reach the Kármán line, and that means that we need to go straight vertical, but I'm gonna go with the science core, which won't give us any control, but we'll still be able to stage it. We just can't change direction. Doing the science core is a lot cheaper, so we're definitely gonna be kind of penny pinching the beginning here. I think like 200 electrical charge is good. Yes, and all the parts in this are, well, almost all of them are procedural, which is, I really like that, because you don't have to search through like 200 different parts of the same size or whatever. I think that size is pretty good. We don't even need to make it, we only need like 200 electrical charge, so it doesn't need to be very big at all. And then we'll add a fuel tank. I'm just kind of guessing what size we're gonna need right now. Alright, and then we have to pick an engine. So from my experience, whatever this is, the French engine, I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm not even gonna try. This one and the Aerobee are like the 2 best. This one here is also decent. In fact, I think I might actually just try this one, because it's kind of a sweet spot. I think this might be more Delta V than we actually need. Certain engines require high pressure tanks, some don't, but this one I believe does. And also in this mod there is a whole bunch of extra engine stuff that I won't go into, but you can configure engine and your engines can fail. They also have rated burn times. If you go past the rated burn time, bad things happen. Since this is unguided, we're gonna have to spin stabilize it. And we're just gonna go with this procedural wing. It's quite large, but we can change that. I believe it's J that you do it. Yes. Yeah. Why is that so? Why is it so thick?
Stick.
I don't want it to spin too much. Oh yeah, we have to rotate it, obviously. I don't want it to spin too much because it will be susceptible to Kraken attacks. So I think like something like that's probably fine. I believe there's a special launch clamp for these sounding rockets. This is it. Yeah, let's just simulate it, see what happens. Yeah, it's quite the foggy day. Oh yeah, I forgot to finally made a custom flag. And I don't know, there wasn't really any reason. Let's just start this. Get this going. There wasn't really any reason why I picked China as my starting country, but I just kind of felt like it'd be something different. Even if it does go like at a our trajectory has at a slight angle, it's probably still fine. I don't know if this is gonna have enough. Gotta reach 100,000. Yeah. Like it should not be doing this. The Kraken, man, it's a devious. It's a beast. Yeah, we got an engine failure, but that's fine. I'd like just to see how high up this makes it. I really don't like the whole idea of locking, being able to see your apoapsis behind like a tech tree node. I feel like that's such a weird thing. Or well, I guess it didn't fail. But for whatever reason, there's still kerosene left. Interesting. Okay. And this is RP1 for you guys. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of trial and error. I also forgot to say that I'm gonna try not to revert flights like after I've already launched. If we can simulate stuff, really there's no excuse, unless we get any type of like glitch or Kraken attack. And I bet if we put 3 of these boosters on, it would actually be enough. Okay, this is attempt number 2 of our Carmen Line rocket. Hopefully these boosters give us, well, the boost that we need, right? Also, I'm not really sure why. Okay, let's just stay. Wow, okay, that gives us a lot of power. I wonder if we actually put the boosters at an angle, that would also be a good idea, because, well, that would give us a little bit more of an initial spin. But I kind of like the bare metal look. It makes it look more, what's the word, like archaic or whatever, but... Oh yeah, that's perfect. That is perfection. And I actually thought about staging these SRBs off, and that would probably be the smart thing to do, but I feel like I'm trying to not add too much to the build time, because like I said, I want to be pretty aggressive with this. I want to beat NASA, man. Very good, very good. Okay, that will work. And if we go here, yeah, that will clear both of our contracts. So we'll go ahead and revert. Go ahead and start building our launch complex. That is also a thing that you need to do. Build the launch complex, and then we can build the rocket. So, new LC. And usually this auto fills everything for you. It's not even a 1-ton rocket, so yeah. And the smaller tonnage of your launch complex, usually the faster stuff builds. So I'm gonna call this the Horizon 1 KL for Carmen Line. Yes, very good. And we'll build. But I think that's about all we can do right now. Like I said, there's a lot of min-maxing with this, so I really gotta think this over and make sure that we're doing this all optimally. And then, so we can tool all of our tanks. So what tooling does is you have to pay like a initial upfront cost, and then it will cut down your construction times and the pricing of building that specific part by quite a bit. I typically just tool everything that I can. But yeah, and then you also have to pay to unlock stuff, so... For unlock credit. I don't even know what unlock credit is. I won't lie to you. Alright, well, here we go. Perfect. Look, we got off the pad good. It's going in a straight line, looks like. And everything is good. Now we just have to hope that this doesn't have any problems. usually something goes wrong, and nothing went wrong. That makes me quite happy. I mean, we did get an engine failure, but our tank was pretty much empty, so the contract is now complete, and I'll show you guys something pretty cool here. You can range your rocket and just explode it once you've completed what you needed to do. Oh yeah, and this is a cool thing that this mod does, is you get these little newspapers. I think it's a really nice touch. Oh yeah, and we can finally select a leader since we passed the Carmen line. And each of these usually has like 2 good perks, 1 bad perk. And I'll go ahead and look through this. I kind of like this one because it cuts down salary costs, and I like to have like an excessive amount, so that'll allow us to have a good bit more researchers and engineers. Sergey will be our temporary leader. He probably won't be around for very long, but alright, so we got a couple new contracts. We got a 3,000 kilometer downrange and a reach suborbital trajectory, which I think this one's easier because that's, I believe, 140 kilometers. Okay, so I have an idea, and I think what we're going to do is we'll call this the Horizon 2, though it's not going to be all that different. So we just need to squeeze out a little bit more delta V. Probably what I'll do is just stage off the boosters, and hopefully that'll give us enough. Alright, I think I kind of came up with a design that I'm fairly happy with. So it has 8 of these boosters here, and it's going to be extremely fast off the pad. Yep, let's try it. Yeah, I knew it was gonna rocket off the pad like that. And we just stage it. Staying fairly stable, so that's good. Pray that it reaches 140 kilometers. But I took a poll for if you guys thought Kitten Space Agency would surpass Kerbal Space Program, and it was very well, not very surprising, but somewhat surprising that it was overwhelmingly no, which I honestly agree with. I'm pretty naturally pessimistic when it comes to, smaller. I don't know if they're indie devs or not, but I'm pretty sure they're a small team, so I'm pretty naturally pessimistic when it comes to smaller projects like that, especially like, how are they gonna get all that funding? But hey, I know they got a lot of talent. Ah, dude, I totally forgot. We have to return home safely with this. Oh man. Essentially all we're gonna have to do is just add a parachute to like the avionics and then just like stage it off. As long as there's something to recover, that's kind of the idea with that contract. Okay, we are gonna have to modify the launch complex because it needs to be... The mass is fine, the tonnage is fine, it just needs to be a little bit taller. Actually, quite a bit taller. But I'm gonna go ahead and just set that to 7. Only 3 days to do that, so... We'll have to go ahead and renovate that. And then I'll just start construction. Alrighty guys, I finally got this out on the pad here. It's been about 6 months since we started our career in 1951, and we just have to pray that we have no errors. We've done good so far, so let's just do it. And it's kind of... Yeah, there we go. It's kind of the timing on it. Yeah, the timing on it is kind of finicky for the staging, or you can mess up. I could have ullage issues if I don't stage it fast enough. Luckily, everything went fine, and it's staying quite stable, so I think we're gonna reach it quite easily. Yeah, we need to turn this on. I almost forgot about that. That would have been bad. For how intimidating that RP1 does come across, I think it is quite fun. I mean, you guys know me. I really like a hard challenge. I play Souls games all the time. But this is just more of a unique thing. It's more of a challenge on the mind than challenge of your muscle memory or skills, hand-eye coordination, whatever, reaction time, that games that I usually play. Yeah, yeah. Don't time warp, or that will happen. The Kraken just doesn't like rapidly rotating stuff. We'll go ahead and stage this, because no point. And we're just gonna drop straight down. It'd be funny. Whoa! I don't know, that might be a computer side issue, because I don't know, watched a lot of, I won't say, I've watched a few people play Kerbal Space Program, besides myself, and I never see people have this bad of like Kraken stuff happen, but I am buying a new CPU, so hopefully that will be quite nice, because Kerbal Space Program I think is pretty hard on the CPU compared to the GPU. I have a pretty nice GPU, but I'm also going to upgrade because, well, with these big AI data centers, computer parts are going to get extremely expensive. So I will not be buying any RAM though. RAM is crazy right now. Alright, this is honestly the sketchy part. I just staged my parachute. Ooh, big lag spike. Please deploy the parachute. I'm starting to get sketched out. Oh, it already deployed. It was just so foggy I couldn't see. Okay. Man, that looks like it's coming down a lot harder than it actually looks. It'd be really cool if it landed straight up, but no, it did not. But well, that's the contract complete. Yeah, I think that's all I got for today. In our next episode, we're gonna break the sound barrier first, and then do a couple of those downrange contracts, most likely. It'll probably be a lot longer video. But we're only like, what, 2/3 of the way through, or 1/2 of the way through our first 1951, and we've already done 2 pretty big contracts, so we're in a good spot, I think, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.